lively coming out. They be wondering what we talking about.
Okay, salute. So let me get back to my story and wrap this thing on up. It might go into a part 3, but this is the dedicated series to Red Glove Militant. As a matter of fact, I'm listening to Red Glove Militant right now, and he's talking about him being at a gas station and talking to this guy that's homeless, buying him something to eat, buying him something to drink, and the guy is putting together a picture for him of a picture of a boxer for him, and him and another guy that's Cuban had a good conversation talking about Mike Tyson, Manny Pacquiao, and Yordenis Ugas. So I had to pause, get back to my video and my workout, and finish where I left off at. So this is still dedicated to Red Glove Militant. So once again, when I think of Errol Spence, the resemblance of him and my son is what really blows me away. So my son, I watched him play ball since he was a little kid, like 5, 6 years old. And I remember he was always small, but he had a big heart, and he would be jumping in the mix, grabbing down rebounds. A lot of times in situations where these big dudes was just being lazy, and he just was a go-getter. He would be jumping in there, getting rebounds, or he'd be getting knocked down by dudes way bigger than him, and he'd get back up every single time. And I remember a few times, we take him he was on a traveling team. I watched him play ball his whole life. But I remember when he was growing up, sometimes he'd get laid out by a big dude. Bow, put him on the ground. You see it in his whole face where he just, man, that shit hurt. And he'd get up, and he had that little look in his face where he might be about to break down. And he'd compose himself and get back in there like a little warrior. So I always was proud of the heart that he always showed on the court. But he was always going up, getting knocked down, getting stumped on, getting stepped on, hustling, playing basketball ever since he was a kid. So he's at a tournament a couple of years back. He's at a tournament for Sean Livingston. Like I said, I'll put his picture right there once again. And they put him in the game. He's in the game for like a half a minute. He jumps up for a rebound, or jumps up to get a loose ball. Jumps up, comes back down, and he breaks his tibular and his fibula. No contact, nobody touched him, no big dude, no center came and shoulder bumped him, nobody landed on top of him. He just went up and he came down, and he just landed in a way where his leg snapped in 2 places. You know what I'm saying? It was a freak accident. It was an accident that was kind of waiting to happen, but the reason why it happened right at that moment, at that time, is an accident. It was a mistake. It was just the way life works when, you know what I'm saying, you putting yourself through adversity. You never know what can happen, when it can happen, how it can happen, or why it happens. At the time, hindsight is usually 20/20. So we at the hospital, and his kneecap was over here, his foot was twisted over here, and his leg was like a linguine, long spaghetti leg. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much had nothing to it, and I remember they had to move his leg to do something. They had him all pumped up with morphine, but you can tell he was suffering. He was in pain. He was trying to tough it out, and they wanted me to hold his leg up. I'm holding up his leg, and it's just like falling to pieces in my arms. It's just like I'm trying to play with Play-Doh in my arms, and I'm watching him with every single little bit movement in agonizing pain. You know what I'm saying? Agonizing pain. And the only thing he really said to me, the first thing he said to me was, will I be able to play again? And I'm like, don't worry about that. You're going to get better. You're going to get stronger. You're going to come back stronger. You're going to play again. But right now, you just worry about relaxing, and getting better. He had a long road to recovery. Matter of fact, let me show you this clip of him in the hospital.
All right. David.
What's up, my boy? Right, how you doing? Right. What's up, baby? Just came to visit with you for a minute. Chop it up? Alright. Bought a couple shirts too for moms. How you doing? Right. Sean. Lily.
Right,
Nice.
yes.
Right, how you doing, sir? Nice to meet you. Okay. Crook? Okay. Yeah, he was a crook. Yeah, a little older than me, but yeah, all family. What's up, baby? What's up, big dog? You hanging in there strong? You know, that's what it's gonna take, right? Strength, mental, you know? Just wanted to come by and really, you know, talk with you about my experience being, you know, my history, right? That I went through an injury that was serious, where they talked about possibly, you know, taking my left leg, and it was real. And I just want to let you know, like, it starts up here, bro. You know, like what you're going through now, it's only a test. It's a test for you. You know, like today it's dark, right? It's messed up, because that wasn't supposed to happen to you. But now that it has happened, it's about your recovery, bouncing back. You know, because you know this is gonna be a test. It's God's test for you. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna take. Obviously, you got a good family, good support system here, and that's important to keep around you, keep your spirits up, because you know the real work is gonna start now. You know, getting back to being yourself again, whether you want to play again or not, but not being afraid to go out there and do things just because this happened to you. You know what I'm saying? Because this could happen to anybody, and it just happened to be you, and that's okay. I'm letting you know that it's gonna be okay, because I'm a walking testament of it. You understand what I'm saying? And you ain't gotta play basketball again. You can play if you want, but whatever it is, just to give you the right mindset to know this is just a bump in the road, man. It's a bump in the road. You got the rest of your life ahead of you. You understand what I'm saying? And you can accomplish anything, but it's gonna be right here first, knowing that, okay, this happened to me. I'm gonna take it on the chin, keep moving forward, rehab, whatever I gotta do, and keep good people around you, lift you up. Not people, oh man, he ain't coming back. Don't listen to that. Be around family, people that's gonna pick you up, encourage you. You understand what I'm saying? So that's it, man. I didn't want to preach to you. I just want to come here and chop it up. You know, chop it up with you.
Now that clip of him in the hospital was when Sean Livingston actually came to give him a talk of encouragement and motivation, to let him know the same thing happened to me when I was playing. You can go look that up. When Sean Livingston broke his leg up, and he came back and said, look, this is the time that's going to deter this is the stuff that you go through as a man and as a champion in life. This is adversity that you face, and the way you come back from this, you know what I'm saying? You got love and support, strength, courage, patience, and all of that. And you know, it was encouraging. It was a great moment for him in his life. He had to kind of go through that. That's something that he had to go through. I don't know what y'all, but if you're looking at your son that you watch play ball and run around, and from the time he was a little kid, and you looking at him in the hospital bed, and you looking at him broke. I don't know if everybody's been through that. I know people that's been through worse. I know people that lost their sons in life at a young age, and my condolences forever go out to those people. But you know, God willing, that never happens. But when you're looking at your son laying on the hospital bed all broken up, you know it ain't nothing that you can do to fix him. You know what I'm saying? And you're looking at him like, man, this dude, man, he broke to pieces, man. my heart just went out to him. And my thing was, damn, I was taking some things for granted, because I wanted to, man, I can't wait to see him just run again. I can't wait to see him walk again. I can't wait to see my son walk again, because for a while it wasn't no walking. But I'm like, I can't wait to see my son run again. And I can't wait to see my son play basketball again, if that's what he chooses to do. So this right here, for me, to you, Red Glove Militant, a moment like this with Errol Spence and everything, this is the type of moment that I reflect to. Now that time has passed, and this is my son right here, right now.
Do you love me? 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 You can say it, but can you really?
So the same thing when Errol Spence had his car accident, being young and dumb and stupid, drinking and driving, or getting chased by some wannabe thug, gangster rapper, whatever, all that don't matter to me. When I see him laid up in that hospital bed, I see somebody that strongly resembles and reminds me of my son. And to see him come back from that, where his teeth had to get replaced, his had scar damage, his body was aching in pain. He had to learn how to walk again, had to learn how to throw punches again. He had to build up his pain tolerance. To watch that kid, Errol Spence, to watch that kid go through that and come back and return to the ring and fight Danny Garcia, who's just you can't just act like Danny Garcia is a complete nobody. And he ain't the top elite welterweight, but Danny Garcia can hold his own in a fight, and he can hurt you if he hits you with the right punch. To see Errol Spence come back from that and fight Danny Garcia, he earned my respect. And he earned my benefit of the doubt when it comes to him having an eye retina issue, a tear in his retina, a detachment. Because only God knows why that happened, how that happened, when that happened, and what Errol Spence is going to have to go through. He might be damaged goods. He may not never be in the ring again. That's between him, God, his family. That's his choice. If he decides to come back, he's not the same. I don't care about all that. I just care about the fact that watching him go through his adversity and watching all these boxers go through their adversity as it pertains to being a spectator and a fan. My job is to, and do my YouTube channel, my job, no matter what a boxer go through, is to try to find the silver linings and the lessons to be learned, and the cautionary tales that help you in just your regular life when you're not really putting your life on the line for sport. So if I watch Errol Spence have a detached retina, it's giving me motivation when I wake up with a trick knee, but I still got to go out there and train. If I watch Manny Pacquiao wake up the next day from a fight with Udanis Ugas, and his wife is spoon feeding him oatmeal or grits or porridge or whatever she was giving him because he couldn't even see, that motivates me to when something happens where my parent is in a retirement home and they old, it's going to give me strength to go in there and help clean them and help feed them. Or something happened to anybody in my family, God forbid, that I love, I had the strength to know this is adversity that we get through. And you can take a note from Manny Pacquiao and his wife. You can take a note from Errol Spence, who's battling a detached retina, who might not ever box again. How heartbreaking that is for his family, for him. And I take that under consideration. You know what I'm saying? And I also celebrate your Danish Ugas because, like you said, yeah, Cubans needed to have this. I don't know what people, when they try to act like what race is what race, but to me, I don't really go all deep into races. But when I see somebody that look like me, my complexion, I'm just gonna say he's black. I got so many different genetics in my family that I know about from different, you know what I'm saying, like Irish, black, Indian, you know what I'm saying. I got so many combinations of people in my family. I really don't look at, the only race of people that I don't like is the human race. But individually, I try my best to really appreciate everybody for their differences. And for humanity's sake, I feel like you gotta be colorblind to a certain extent and just get to know somebody on the individual level. But I don't like people when they click up and then have a herd mentality. You dig what I'm saying? But anyways, man, I'm gonna end this video right here and just say right on, keep doing your grind, keep doing you. You motivated me just as much as I motivated you. You might have even motivated and inspired me on a higher level than I could ever express on a YouTube video. But salute to you, specifically dedicated to Red Glove Militant. Salute to you, salute to you. Respect. I'm gonna get back to my workout. Man, enjoy your day, man. Bow.
Sleepy going in, lively coming out. They be wondering what we talking about.